one of our favorite fans. He's always contributing to the Facebook page.
Thank you, Brad, for your support.
He had an interesting question.
What bad movie or what flawed movie do you think could be improved with a remake?
Not only would I would want to direct this myself, but I actually toyed with the idea of writing the script, and I'm sure there's another script out there.
Oh, I don't know what to say.
But I would love to remake The Devil Rides Out.
That is the Hammer film, which we actually reviewed on films and shared films.
I have so many dreams about remaking this film or rewriting it.
When did you review?
Actually, we talked about it on a show. I think films that fucked us up were our favorite scary films. We actually have a little discussion. Yes, we do, because I actually remember inserting a lobby card in Final Fantasy. We did talk about it briefly.
Devil Rides Out is a lot of fun. It's one of Hammer's pulpier movies.
I know Joe Dante wanted to remake this.
With Christopher Lee.
He could never find financing.
It's a lot of fun.
It is just a wonderful story. It's a little hokey, but that's okay. They've got a guy named
Christopher Lee is wonderful in it.
Duke de Richelieu.
He's the hero, actually. He's the Van Helsing part.
And a wonderful Charles Gray, who basically plays Aleister Crowley.
Basically plays Aleister, yeah, Charles Gray, who we all love. Charles Gray was the narrator in Rocky Horror. He was one of the Blofelds in one of the Bond films.
In Diamonds Are Forever.
That's right.
What else? What other films would you pick? What would you be your choice if you picked one there?
Ones that I would remake. Actually, they've already remade the ones that I would like. I would have. The Coen Brothers remade Lady Killers, and I was like, someone should remake that. That would make. That's right.
Remake it a third time, you mean?
But no, hey, if I had my dinners, I'd remake League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, because the last one was crap. And it deserves to be a good movie, because it's a great concept. The comic book is just fantastic.
I think you could make that argument for almost all of Alan Moore stuff.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I can tell you mine very, very easily.
No, can I guess it? Because I think I know what it is.
You'll never get it.
I do. I think I got it.
What?
Six Pack with Kenny Rogers.
Oh yes, my film.
With the catchphrase, "No shit, Dick Tracy."
That's actually a line in the movie.
Yeah.
See, he saw it, so I'm not
really
good.
dying to know what Edwin's biggest movie is.
Yes, my choice would be James Whale's Frankenstein. I would like to base it on the original source text because it hasn't been done properly.
That is easily the most pretentious answer you've given.
I love
5 years of cinema.
Wait a minute, James. Wait.
That's James Whale's. Hold on, let me start.
Frankenstein.
What are we talking about?
I like to base it on the original text. I wouldn't like to remake James Whale's movie. Because James Whale's movie is completely different from the original source text. Kenneth Branagh in the 90s tried to remake or make Frankenstein based on the original text, but it's not really a faithful adaptation at all.
It's about as faithful. I mean, it's like Francis Ford Coppola's what Dracula was about as faithful, but it wasn't.
There's a character that's in the book that's very important named Fritz, who is like everyone thinks he's Igor, but his actual name is Fritz. He was the hunchback, the man who got in the wrong way.
He was the cat that was like the foul-mouthed cat that would.
What are you talking about?
Fritz the cat.
He didn't have a hunchback assistant in the book.
Yes, he did. He had
Mary Wollstonecraft Shelley.
I believe there was a character he had an assistant who got him the wrong brain.
Fritz.
I believe it was Fritz.
No, he had he didn't get him the wrong brain.
Then what am I thinking of?
The whole wrong brain thing was made up for the movies. That wasn't in the
Okay,
book.
never mind my comment.
The
negate everything is negated. Stop it. I don't. This is not airing. This is not airing.
In Paul's place in the East Village, the burger place, there's a guy named French Fry Fritz, and he was dropped on his head.
What the fuck is French Fry Fritz? Frankenstein, the actual character, the monster, becomes more intelligent than the actual creator, and he goes around hunting him down as revenge because he feels abandoned. It's a really interesting human dynamic, and I think
happens in the movie.
It's somewhat, but it's a terrible movie. I know who would be perfect in the movie would be Arnold Schwarzenegger, because Arnold Schwarzenegger is actually from the area, Austria, and he actually is supposed to be. I'm not kidding. What is so fucking funny about Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Getting better, and Dolph Lundgren as Dr.
No. Come on, dude. I'm being serious. The reason my dream project would be, I am dead serious. Arnold Schwarzenegger would be perfect.
Jean-Claude
Dude, this is not the Frankables too. That's not the Frankables.
I really would.
That's not the Frankables. No, this is the reason Arnold Schwarzenegger is perfect is because the character. Let me tell you why. Is that Dr. Frankenstein? I give up. Wait
a second.
I'm trying to tell you. Let me tell you. I beg of you. Dr. Frankenstein wanted to create the perfect man. So he got someone who was really muscular and tried to make a really strong person. And also Arnold Schwarzenegger is from the area, Vienna, which is where the book takes place.
In the novel, he pulled together some sort of man out of dead bodies, but it didn't work. So Shelley never specifies how he creates someone that actually comes to life.
But I do remember
That's
in the original book, though, he said he tried to make the world's perfect man, like an intelligent man who was very, very strong.
Just out of curiosity, what do you guys think of The Bride?
Sucks.
Yeah, it's alright.
It's Sting like doing his thing from Dune, trying to show off in his body.
I will kill him!
But anyway, that was my choice for a remake. It would definitely be for the actual Frankenstein book. I don't think it's ever really been done right. It's a great book. I mean,
Well,
I
would
recommend
it really
it.
count as a remake or just another adaptation? I mean, it's like saying I would remake Dracula, but really.
Well, there's
it's
so many
everyone
films. You know,
remakes Dracula.
I mean, I couldn't tell you to be honest, because like to me, there's so many films that could be improved on. I think that a film should be remade if it's bad, if they want to improve on it, or if they take an interesting take or do something different with it. I think you're making I'll give you a perfect example of a bad remake is The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3. The original, as Eric and I have even discussed on TV, is one of the most perfect movies ever of its
Was I
type.
out of the loop on that?
You were on that show. It was we talked about The Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3.
He thought so too. That's the point.
Well-
He doesn't want to be left out of the
Yeah, okay.
attitude.
Well, anyway, Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3, we consider the definitive New York film. It is a perfect film of its time and era and everything. It doesn't need to be remade. It's been remade once for television, whatever, James Almost. It was recently remade last year, and it is everything that you should not do with a remake. Number one is that Robert Shaw and Walter Matthau both play the lead in the original, and both are excellent. They have very few scenes together, but when they do have their scenes together, they're very important. However, when you have a remake and you have John Travolta and you have Denzel Washington, of course they rewrite the plot so they were in constant communication with each other, and they give a backstory which destroys the mystique of the character and also makes it less interesting. It's a movie that you should not remake because it's a good movie. Remake something if it's bad, if it's not good, and improve on it. There's many films. In fact, I'll give it perfect. The best remake I think ever, and to this day I still say it's the best remake ever, is John Carpenter's The Thing. Not just because I love the movie, but because it goes in a completely different direction.
Well, it's a more faithful adaptation
Of the original story.
source.
Who goes there?
Who goes there? I was going to say True Grit was one of the best remakes.
That's an
I've seen.
excellent
Even
remake.
though technically it was a more faithful adaptation of the source material too. However,
But you see why they remade that
Right.
film. But it says, when you heard the Coen brothers were remaking that film, you were actually excited because you knew they weren't just going to remake something to remake it. They wanted to do something different with
they
it.
seem to be remaking a lot.